Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to Shop Live with Mimi and Russ. Sorry, we're running a little late because we have had so much to put together to get organized for this one because it's our busy season and we've been going very hard here, getting ready, building pieces because we are a custom jewelry design studio. Why are we a custom design studio? Because we had a retail store for 30 years. And we started off as a custom shop and we got into the trends, we got into the designer jewelry, and then we had so many customers go, we're kind of tired of that. We want things done our way. So we got more into the custom. We finally decided, let's don't do the retail store. Let's do by appointment only. Let's do a custom design studio. So that's what we're going to talk about tonight.
That's right. And one reason why we segued is because people discovered you and your incredible talent. And
you.
just over year after year, we were doing more custom and more custom. So we just finally decided that's what we wanted our niche to be. That's what we wanted to concentrate on. So we are now Brummett Jewelry Design Studio, and we're concierge jewelers. And we're going to talk a little bit about the custom design process. We've had discussion recently with someone, and we take a lot of our knowledge for granted, and we don't want anybody to be shy or timid about asking questions. So we're just going to kind of briefly go over a quick how-to guide for custom design jewelry. You may have commissioned a piece with us, or you may have had something custom made somewhere else. We have a lot of referrals we love a good referral, and a lot of the referrals are oftentimes older people who are referring younger people to a jeweler that they've worked with.
Yep, that is our business is referral. We've done this for 8 years now, and we have not advertised until this year just to try and see what happens. But our customer base is referrals, and we've grown every year. But we appreciate people who refer to us. But the thing is, with the custom, people say, "Oh, it's going to be expensive. I got to have somebody hand making it. So, oh, it's going to be crazy expensive." It's not, because we know the value of jewelry. We know how to build it. We know how to do it quickly. I've got 40 years experience in building jewelry. So I know how to do it the right way. And I know how to buy gemstones. I know how to buy diamonds at the right price. I also know how to guide you into repurposing things that you have. That's the majority of what we do. People bring in their jewelry they've gotten from their grandmother, their mother, their aunts, or whatever. They've inherited pieces, or they've gotten pieces when they originally got married. When you get married, you're kind of starting off in life, and your disposable income is not quite what it may be now as you're later, like we are in life.
We had a client recently, she said, these are a little too polite, which meant she just wanted some more kind of kicked up big girl,
exactly,
showing where she was in life.
So we can enhance those. We can go with something a little bit large, but we're here to help you figure out what it is that you want. We're not here to pressure you. We're not here to try to sell you something. We're here to help you realize your dreams. So tonight we got a lot of things we're going to try to go over, and we're going to show you about some colored stones, because this Thursday we're having a special showing. What's it called?
From the Vault, Rare and Special Gemstones
She did the social
That's
media.
Studio Show.
We're having open house all day Thursday.
So Thursday, all day long, we're not working by appointment. We're having an open house. We're going to have wine, hors d'oeuvres, maybe some other libations as well. But we're going to have some fun on Thursday. We're offering all of our loose gemstones in our vault at 25% off. We have things you will not see anywhere else. We have things like,
hold on.
well, let me show you.
I think he gets so excited.
From, simple, elegant, beautiful amethyst that started around $100 to $200. Beautiful, am I in the right spot, Gabrielle? Mm-hmm. Beautiful peridot, to some great sapphires and tanzanites, match pairs. So we'll get more into that later. But Thursday, we're going to offer some specials with our gemstones at 25% off, and we're going to offer you a $250 credit if you need a CAD design fee to make your own custom creation with any gemstone purchase, whether it's now or down the road. Keep in mind, with Christmas coming on and you're not sure if someone or your wife or girlfriend or whoever it is would like this particular design or idea, give her the loose colored stone. You're gonna get a great discount. Give her the stone. She can
Good
come in after the
opportunity.
holidays and we can custom design something, and it's gonna make the process and the whole situation so much more fun and memorable for you and for her, okay?
That's right. It's just not just going towards Christmas time or Hanukkah. It's, you know, if you're
Get you
thinking
two
ahead.
gifts for one also.
We've
Keep that
got a
in
lot
mind.
of clients who buy things ahead. They, you know, they see something, they
Yeah.
like it, they buy it, they put it aside, and then when the time is right, you know, we either wrap it and put it in, give it to them, or we make the custom piece. So this is a good opportunity just to think ahead a little
Yeah,
bit.
and colored gemstones also going up a lot in value right now as well. So, you know, while we offer this special discount, get something gorgeous. Whether you make something now, give that gemstone as a gift, and do something later, that's up to you.
You know what's also nice about that too? A lot of people, you're getting a possession, something to love and cherish if you're doing a custom piece of jewelry, if you're buying a gemstone. But in giving that to your significant at the same time, you're offering an experience for them to come in, and we're gonna make it fun. It's just gonna be a whole fun process for them too. So it's kind of a 2-for-1 experience
Yeah,
and a finished product.
We do. We are not high pressure here. We love what we do, and we try to make it a fun experience. So let's talk a little bit about our kind of we were going to call it a dummy's guide to custom design, but we're just going to go over just kind of some
Don't
brief
say
questions.
dummy, just say neophyte. It sounds more sophisticated.
We were talking about it this afternoon. That it was a very successful series of how-to books that was written, but we thought we might be infringe, copyright thing. But anyway, like you mentioned, custom design is a luxury item, but it's not just for the wealthy. With the right approach, it can be affordable. It can be a meaningful way to celebrate a milestone. Like Gabrielle said, it's, you know, have an experience with your loved one. A lot of people like to do custom because they simply want to express their personality. It's not off the shelf. They want something their own style.
The other thing too with custom with us is you get to be part of that process. We'll sit here, we'll draw out the idea. You'll get a
Hey,
CAD
get
drawing.
ahead.
I know we'll do that. But again, also a lot of times I'll let the guys come in. We do engagement rings a lot of times, and we design the engagement ring, and I do all my casting here, which means I pour the gold and I make the ring here. So I'll let the gentleman come in with us, and actually cast it, so they can be part of the birthing process of their
Fun.
ring.
It's so fun.
So it's a
Yeah.
lot of fun doing those
It
kind of
adds to
things.
their
So we
story.
offer extra experiences.
That's, so I was going to say, we ask you to share. If you'll share this, thank you for joining us on Facebook and YouTube, by the way. A lot of people watch our recordings later in the week, so if it's later in the week, hey, but please share if you do know some younger people that are interested in the custom process and they don't know how it works. This might be a really good show to share with them. So if you will do that, we appreciate it. So the line at the bottom, if you'll just hit the arrow and share, and that helps us out. It is definitely a myth that high cost can hold you back from exploring the world of custom jewelry. And just remember, your custom creation is just one idea away. So, you know, it's true with custom that a lot of times what we're making of has never been made before. We're recreating the wheel. Those types of jobs may take a little bit longer, and we'll talk about that as I go through this outline. But he's going to show you things that he's worked on. Sometimes we can bring these models out and work from that idea too. So speaking of ideas, that's my number one bullet point. You have to have an idea to inspire you for custom design. You have to have an idea or an occasion or a need, like a birthday or an anniversary.
However, sometimes
It could just be Thursday.
however, sometimes they don't always have the idea, but they have a reason, or they have a need, or
The
want. I
need.
want to do something, and that's where I can help you create the idea. And sometimes people come in, you know, I think I want this kind of thing, and it goes full circle, and they figure out, you know what, I like this, I want to do this instead. So there's a whole way to evolve the projects.
Yeah, and sometimes people come in, they think they may be ready to do it, and you know, we may sit for an hour and they may decide, you know, maybe I want to put that off for a little while. But that's where we offer appointments. That's bullet point number 2. You make an appointment, so you can call here and make an appointment. You can make an appointment on our website. We have a portal that you can check your schedule. We offer a 1-hour consultation. It's no charge for that 1 hour. And in that hour, generally with our years of experience, we can come
We
up with
figure it
the
out.
idea, the design, the time it's going to take, and roughly the cost of what it's going to cost you. So we just go ahead and get that done. We do have some appointments that run longer where people have maybe inherited a lot of things, family heirlooms, and you've got a lot of parts and pieces. We'll work as long as we need to, but generally we can do something in about an hour.
That's the fun part of what we do too. If you have some family heirloom pieces, as Mimi just said, it's nice to be able to combine those into a piece that's yours, that's personal, that you're going to enjoy and wear. And one day, if you hand it down to someone in your family, they're going to remember you wearing it, enjoying it, and going, you know what, I remember Mom or I remember my grandmother wearing this, and I'm so glad I get to enjoy it now, because we try to build pieces that are going to last. They're going to be enduring, lifetime, and it's something you can hand down.
That's right. So bullet point number 3 is, okay, you've got an idea, a cost, a time, so then we have to make it. So there's different ways to make things. Russ will talk about that a little bit forward here, but we need a model to work with. So we have different techniques. We can do a CAD CAM, we can do a wax, and he's going to show you some of these in a little bit. Depending on how
We can do it now.
that technique helps also determine the timeline. If we're reinventing the wheel and we have to do a CAD, it's going to take longer than if he has something that he's already worked with. We can speed up our time a little bit. Why are you smiling?
I'm just messing with you.
I know you are.
Mimi's very, like, boom, boom, boom. I'm like, she called me the shiny squirrel. I'm always in
Shiny
place.
squirrel ran through the room.
When she says something, I just want to, okay, here's how we do it. So,
Okay.
can I butt in right here
No.
real quick? See? Okay, great.
We're going to get to it on the back part here. There are some
I
ways.
lost again.
Sometimes when we do a design appointment, it may be something that may have already been made, and it may be more sensible or affordable to just find it in a catalog, or Russ can get the parts already cast and we can assemble it. So we look at all of those things while you're here to determine the timeline and the cost.
Some people want things very simple, very basic, very classic, which is what she's saying. Or we'll get more elaborate with some kind of custom piece. So, yeah, we can do anything you want to do.
Then, okay, you've made a decision. What's it going to cost me now? What do we do? Generally, we like to take a deposit to get just your commitment to get the job started. If it's a CAD CAM piece, we require a $250 CAD fee. The CAD fee has to be paid whether you do the job or not, because we have to pay the CAD artist. If you do the job, that deposit applies to the final price. Generally, we like to get a quarter to a third down deposit on a custom piece. And then after that, we have to get the parts, we have to get the gold, maybe we have to order some heads or wire or whatever he needs to make that part. And once Russ has all of the pieces, he gets it in his queue, which he normally has a pretty full queue of work to do. Sometimes people are in a real hurry, and sometimes people always say, don't ever say this to a jeweler, I'm not really in a hurry.
Yeah, no. I have actually turned around things in less than 24 hours.
You have. You've really pulled
If I
off
had a part,
some miracles.
We
for
try
people.
to aim to please. If somebody's in a situation where something weird's happened, we could tell a lot of stories in that regard. But we do what we can to please you,
Absolutely.
to take care of you. We really do.
So then, Russ casts the piece. If it's from a wax here, he'll set the stones, polish and finish it, and then we deliver the item. So that's kind of basically the process in an outline. There are some other questions people ask about custom design, just common questions, and I read through these like online and I think, okay, that's a good question.
Let's hear 'em.
I have a picture of a piece of jewelry I like. Can you copy it?
You can, to a point. If it's a copyrighted piece or a registered piece, you cannot copy that. You should not do that. That's not fair.
Or if it's licensed, like collegiate licensed jewelry, we cannot copy that.
But you can do something in that style or that frame. But why not change it a little bit to make it your own personal piece? If you like that piece and you don't want to buy that piece, why not do your own personal piece similar to it, which is yours only?
Okay, how about, this is a good question. Can I bring in old jewelry to lower the price of what you're going to make me?
Sure. Sometimes you can either the pieces are worn out or bad or whatever. You can use that gold as a scrap gold credit or your platinum. Sometimes you may have some gemstones we can repurpose or reuse in the piece you want to design. So yes,
Right, so we
Quite
we
often.
call it, we can
Repurpose it.
recycle, repurpose. And that's what people are asking, can I use my diamonds, my gemstones? Absolutely.
I'm doing 3 pieces right now that people brought in. We're using all of their own stones, and I'm supplying the metal and the design. Yeah.
Yeah, so you don't have to just buy all the metals, all the stones from us. We work with what you have, if that's what your desire is.
As we said earlier, as I was picking on you earlier about this process you want to do, we do a lot of recycling, repurposing. We'll bring in your jewelry. We'll figure out what it is you have and what we can and can't use.
What about metals? What metals do you work in?
We typically work in gold, 14 karat, 18 karat is one most popular, 10 karat gold as well. Sometimes we do some 22 karat. Platinum we also do a lot with. Work a little bit in silver, not a whole lot. Silver is a little bit more temperamental and it's not as
I
fun.
mean, just honestly, you just
I
choose
love
not
gemstones.
to work in silver.
Well, I love gemstones, and silver's not a good metal to hold gemstones or diamonds, so it makes it a little bit more difficult.
But we will do it if
Yeah.
it's an option. Where was the other one? Do you work with lab grown diamonds?
All the time. So many people
we
love
do.
becoming they're a great value. The prices come really down a lot in the last few years, to the point where fashion jewelry right now, lab grown diamonds are a great way to go. Gabrielle today, we got a necklace in. I'll hold it up as a matter of fact because she just took it off. We got this beautiful 24.5 karat diamond Riviera necklace. Incredible, beautiful piece. 24.5 carats. It's less than $20,000. If they were natural diamonds from the earth, this necklace would probably be $75,000 or $80,000. It's the same thing. It's a diamond.
It's fabulous.
It's incredible.
She took it out of the box and put it right on.
Sure did.
But we're doing a lot of those as fashion jewelry. We're also doing a lot of those as engagement and wedding rings. There's a lot of people upgrading, going from, half carat, 3/4 to carat diamonds when they first got engaged or married. And they're buying 3, 4, and 5 carat lab grown diamonds because they're great value. It's a big look and they save a lot of money. So those are a great option.
Okay, 2 other very common questions, but they're good questions for the consumer to ask us. How do you keep my jewelry safe while you have it in your studio?
We are insured by one of the only company in the world that insures just jewelry. We have 2 safes. We have an alarm system that's UL rated, which means it has to be inspected and all this kind of crazy mess. So everything's protected here as well. We also, before you leave any of your own jewelry, we document everything in front of you and we make notes of all if you have a diamond, we measure it, we get weights on it and estimated weights if it's mounted. We get a clarity and color estimation on it as well. So we know what you're leaving and you know what you're leaving. And that way when you come back to pick it up, we can verify all that
We
information.
want you to be comfortable that we have your
Exactly.
property. I tell some people sometimes, I'll tuck it in the safe at night. It'll be, something that was their grandmother's or their mother's or something. We do get this question a lot, and don't go off on a tangent because I know how you feel about this question, but what do you deal with conflict diamonds? Give us a short answer. There's this new...
I haven't heard about conflict diamonds in 10 years.
Well, since that movie, the Kimberly process was developed, and if you don't know what that is, you can Google it, but there's what do you call it? Tracking in. They follow the tracking of stones now, so that is not an issue. We have dealt with our gemstone dealers for over 30 years. We know where they get their colored gemstones and their diamonds, so we try to be mindful of that, but it's a very common question. So
Oh yeah.
we want you to be comfortable. We also want you to know there's no need to fear the process. Personalization is just a really fun thing to do. We can show you all kinds of ideas, and I always say that eventually somebody will just have an aha, and you know you've hit the design idea nail on the head.
Speaking of that, the aha, the most fun I have is when we make a piece of jewelry, we discuss with somebody, they like the idea, and we make the piece. When they come in and pick it up, and they have that, what you just said, aha
It's
moment.
exciting.
And
to
they
see
have,
one.
sometimes we hear some expletives, some
Expletives.
words that I can't say right now, I shouldn't say right now. It's kind of funny, but to me, the greatest joy I have is creating a piece of jewelry. And when someone comes in and I look at their face and I just see this, I don't know how to describe this, ultimate joy.
It is.
It's
It's
great.
That's why we keep working, because we
that's
love
what jewelry does.
Yes.
You can't do that with makeup. You can't do that with clothing or shoes. All the other clothing and shoes women love, right?
Shoes, you probably, but
no,
they don't last forever like
No,
jewelry.
but jewelry is the thing. And keep in mind, gentlemen who are watching tonight, keep in mind, jewelry is one of the few personal gifts that only you can give to your loved one, your wife, because nobody else can. So when you give her that special piece and you surprise her with something that she's never seen before, and you have it custom made, what can happen? Nothing but perfection. She's going to be so happy.
Everybody's happy.
And then if you have a daughter or whatever, and one day down the road you hand that piece of jewelry down to her, she's going to remember her mom wearing it and go, I love this piece of jewelry.
Right. That is sweet when
Right.
people say, "Oh, I can
Heirloom.
just remember mom seeing that on mom's hand her whole life."
Yeah.
You shouldn't fear custom design when you work with experts. This is what we do. It's our livelihood. If you go to like a mall store, you're going to get a clerk. We're experts at what we do here. We can advise you in the best way on budgets, on design. So a lot of people come in with a design and they may be athletes or work in the forest or something. There's some jewelry is just not going to hold up to their lifestyle and their career job. So
And speaking
we'll
of
try
those
to-
stores that they say they do custom design. Here's the thing: when you look at a catalog and you piece some parts together, that's not custom design. When you have a computer program that takes a bunch of pieces and puts it together in a picture and says, "Look at this beautiful ring," that's not custom design. That is something that's prefabricated. That's basic stuff that's already been done. When you come to us, we take your stone and we develop the idea and we build the mounting around the stone. We don't go to a computer program and figure out what can make this thing work. We design an idea. We draw it out by hand, and then we give you a picture, a CAD drawing of those pieces. So it's a different process. So when you're doing custom design, it's different from you just said, the basic stores, the mall stores.
They'll
big box
pull
stores.
out a catalog and try to find something for the
Because-
peg to fit in the hole.
Because people want the personalization, they want the custom. So they're trying to figure out ways for these big box stores to be custom, and they're not. We are.
I think one point is worry-free on the final product. We have honestly delivered things to people when they come get it. It might not quite be what they want. We're willing to tweak it or modify it or whatever, because we want you to be 100% happy with. It can be an intimidating process, so we want you to be happy.
There are a few designs we do that we can't really draw. We can't really do it. They're kind of built around the way the stones are that you pick out, your finger size, your hand, the way I feel it should work. As Mimi just said, I've had to tweak about 2 or 3 of those rings out of probably 100. So I feel pretty good about my
Yeah, it's
odds.
very rare occasion. Very rare.
And then just one last point, I read this and it kind of went back to an experience when we were remodeling our house. Material choices do make a difference. Sometimes maybe what you want, maybe what we show you might be like, ooh, that's a little more than I wanted to spend. We can think out of the box and bring it back around maybe with some other metal suggestion or stone choice or whatever. But remember when we did the guest bathroom downstairs and we saw that tile design and it was just more than we wanted to spend? And I'll never forget that guy. He said, "You like the pattern, right?" And we said, "Yeah, we like the pattern." And he said, "Well, we could do it a little bit different." And I was just super pleased with how it all turned out.
And that's one of
So-
the best places in our house right now. So.
yeah, so that's kind of custom design in a nutshell. If you have any questions, please feel free. We'll answer them while we're live.
Next, we're going to go to Gabrielle's Carrots and Cocktails. Then we're going to show you some custom pieces that we're working on and a little bit of the process of how we do custom work. So we might move kind of quickly through that. So watch the Carrot and Cocktails and we'll see you shortly.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to Carrots and Cocktails. I'm your host Gabrielle. We're kicking off holiday season. We have to have big batch cocktails now to enjoy your guests more and entertain less at the bar, I guess. Everyone can just grab a drink and do it themselves. So today, in kicking off that spirit, we're going to be doing a pear, ginger, vanilla, prosecco, all these yummy things right here drink. So let's get started. Okay, so I know the recipe said to do it with vodka, but last minute change here. Let's do it with some bourbon. That's good and polished and warm. So for the bourbon, you are going to need about 6 ounces. I apologize for the camera skills tonight. This is a very last minute video. Work with me. Bear with me. All right, that is 6 ounces. Maybe a few drops less because it's on the table. Oops. And we're going to need ginger liqueur. You can get this at any liquor store. It is in the liqueurs section. You're going to need about 2 ounces of that. That's going to add a nice little touch of sweetness, a little warmth, kind of a medicinal quality. Close enough, right? All right. Next, go ahead and grab, the recipe says a honey cinnamon syrup, but just to make it a little fun and extra, we have this honey liqueur, a German liqueur. So we're going to go with that tonight. So we need about 2 ounces of that. That'll also help balance the sweet. 2 ounces. Overhanded pour here. Boop. Next. Pear juice. It is a pear cocktail after all. Get 100% juice. Get the good stuff. We do not buy cheap juice and put it with all of these ingredients. We have to have quality ingredients, always. All right, and for the pear juice, you need about 10 ounces. So that's about 6, and a few drops less. And 4 more, 10 ounces. Finding the next thing, vanilla extract. You're gonna need about half a teaspoon, measure with your heart. I did probably a little bit extra, maybe a little bit less, but all right, then you're going to need the bubbles, prosecco, an extra dry. Wine is ideal for this. Cork sound, not on camera this time, I apologize, but it is the most beautiful sound in the world. Pour it up, and do this slowly. I made the mistake of trying to get overly ambitious and pouring bubbles, and it is a mess. Have lots of towels on standby. Nice and gentle. Nice and gentle. Okay, fill it to the top. Need intermission bubble noises. Do, 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 da-da. And we'll throw some garnishes in there. Rosemary, a cinnamon stick. Put some pears in there. Put some apples. Put some oranges. This is your cocktail. You can do whatever you want. And I goofed. You need some lemon juice too. You need about 2 ounces of that. Freshly squeezed, no bottled. You know the rules. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Lemon squeezing. Ta-da! And I forgot to pour enough room in there for some club soda, but you need to top it with club soda. And I totally forgot to show you how to pour it into the glass, but that is it. Garnish it up. And then pour it in your glass and top with club soda. Oh, and by the way, in case you didn't notice that beautiful necklace earlier, we just got this beautiful, beautiful Riviera and 24.5 carats. Lab-grown diamonds would be a beautiful, beautiful Christmas present. Now, let's have a cocktail, shall we? Great for the holiday season. It's not apple-y. We get tired of the apples and the cranberry and the same old things. Pear, vanilla, ginger, bourbon. Nice little variety. I like that a lot. All right, if you're not on the email list, please sign up. I will be happy to send you this recipe. Otherwise, we'll see you next time on Carrots and Cocktails. Cheers.
Thank you, Gabrielle, for that great drink idea. And the necklace looks very good on you, by the way, as well.
That's
So
good.
I think I need it.
we did just get in quite a few beautiful pieces of classic diamond jewelry. The beautiful Riviera necklace, 24.5 carats. We got in several diamond stud earrings from 2 carats each to 4 carats.
Good
And
basics.
we got some
Jewelry
gorgeous
essentials.
diamond tennis bracelets or line bracelets, depending on your age. There are 9 and 10 carat bracelets. So we have got some incredible jewelry. Now, let's go back to talking about the custom. And we also need to mention this. This Thursday, we're doing a special showing again, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a
Open house.
loose gemstone jewelry, loose gemstones. It's an open house. We mentioned it earlier. We're going to do 25% off. We're going to offer up to a $250 custom CAD fee as well if you need to do that. So come by, see us Thursday. We're open all day. There's no appointment necessary.
We'll have that cocktail too.
And we'll have that cocktail if you like it. Also some other libations as well. Now, let's talk about colored stones and custom jewelry, how that works out. Now, if Gabrielle, can you go to the camera?
Pan to you.
Now, here is a tray of some custom pieces that we're working on to show you how things work out. We have some loose rhodolite garnets, some blue sapphires. We piece these together, and we're going to now make an earring. It's going to have a little diamond top. Sorry for my dirty fingers, but I've been working on it all day. So this is going to be a little beautiful dangle earring, great color combination. It's going to
I
have
love
a
those colors together.
little movement, very subtle. An everyday earring, also something you could dress up and go out to dinner on.
Those
Whatever.
are like juicy, yummy
Beautiful.
colors.
Actually, I'm gonna move this iPad camera up here. It's kind of hard to tell from that angle. So.
All right, these are just some little blank mountings to show you. These would have 3 little round diamonds. So again, we could add a colored stone, off of that, or diamond off of that. It could be diamonds, but whatever you want. Here's some little rubies we set. These are going to have actually a little diamond in between them, and this is going to be on a little subtle top, kind of a teardrop shaped gold color, and that's going to be a little bit of emotion, as opposed to having a prong stud earring. These will be a bezel set stone, whatever your choice would be, 14 karat yellow gold. So you got a little bit of metal, you have a little bit of stone, but a classic stud style. Here's a little drop pendant that we make. Here's a little savarite garnet to show you what it would look like. But again, whatever your favorite color is, we can make you a nice little classic stud pendant. And if you want to add a diamond, we can do that as well. Now, we also take things like this. This is a tube of wax. I take these tubes and I cut them off and I carve pieces like this. This is a opal, and I've made a man's ring by carving on wax to follow the shape of the ring. Here's another one that we're working on as well.
So
kind
he
of-
can take that and cast it in white gold, yellow gold, rose gold, whatever
Yep.
color you want.
I love opals in yellow gold and rose gold, especially 18 karat yellow gold. It makes that color pop. But we start with this. There you go. And we end up with this. So that's part of the hand carving process. Then we'll do a CAD cam design. We'll draw out something sometime. These are some pendant ideas that we've done right through here. And some earring. This is a little, again, a double topper earring. It's like a couple stones here, and then you can put a bottom stone, so everything has some motion or movement. Here's a pendant that we've designed for a rectangle stone. This was kind of an Art Deco inspired pendant we made recently, or not recently, but a while back. And it has a lot of detail for diamonds all over it. It had a triangle tanzanite in this particular one. Simple little rope design around a pendant. Here's multiple shape stones and other design ideas for a pendant. These are fun because you can take, again, this is what we were talking about earlier. You bring in some stones that you have that you love, but they don't make sense. How am I going to put them together? We design pendants with multiple shapes, multiple colors that are, blend those stones together. So that's an example of that. And there's another one with creating multiple stones, different shapes. And this one as well. This particular piece here was designed for a cushion cut and had the kind of a simple little design on the side just to give it something different other than a basic out of a catalog custom design piece that other stores claim. They're not. This was built around that particular stone, so that's what we do. I know the green wax is kind of hard to figure out and see, but this shows you that we create pieces around what the gemstones are. Today I made a...
Let me ask you a question, or just someone would wonder, how long does it take for the printer to print something like this?
Typically, we're going to draw it as a pencil drawing, then my CAD designer designs it. We send that design to you, and I'll show you that example here in a minute. And then once that's done, we send it to our printer, our CAD CAM designer will print this piece on a machine. This particular piece right here will take probably 4 to 8 hours, depending on the complexity of it, to actually build it. It builds it one layer at a time. Once that's done, we literally put it into a plaster Paris situation, which is like this. We put it in a crucible. So here's a wax version, like one of these pieces. We put it inside of this. We fill it with almost like a plaster Paris. We burn that wax out, and then we pour molten gold into it, and it fills that cavity. Yeah, so that's the casting process.
See the wax in there.
Yeah. So, the whole process is, it's time consuming, it's unique, but it works perfectly. So here's a piece we cast today. I cast a bezel, like it was one of these wax pieces like this, and now it's white gold, and we have a beautiful blue zircon. So we're going to mount this in here, and this is eventually going to be a pendant. It's going to be a yellow gold pendant with double wire. It's going to be a really unique piece. We're very excited about that, but beautiful blue zircon, and I'm very excited about this piece. Here is an aquamarine that we have. I'll pull it out of this mounting. This is a beautiful trillion cut triangle. Here's the mounting. The piece here is the feeder, but it's a basic mounting. This thing will sit perfectly in there once it's cast, and we'll make a pendant or a ring out of this particular piece. These red waxes were part of a bracelet we built one time. It had like 5 stones. Basically, they were all different shapes. They were different birthstone months for a lady who wanted to have a birthstone bracelet. A lot of the birthstone rings you used to see, people would build were synthetic stones, and they were pretty bad. So we came up with the idea of doing some bracelets and some fun, funkier stuff. And if you go on our website, you can see some of these pieces. They're under our Cadence bracelet selection. So that's part of some of the custom things that we do. You can kind of see from, classic kind of basic pieces up top to hand-carved waxes to literally making custom pieces out of multiple stones. And part of that process is this. We'll draw some mounting ideas.
Turn it around.
Turn around.
It's kind of doing it.
Sorry, I'm upside down. Here are some quick drawings I did for some stones I'm going to show you in a second. We've got some very large gemstones here, so we want to draw some double prong ideas out here. This might have a little diamond row on the bottom. There'll be some sweeping sides to it. And you can see I have to measure each one of these facets. What that was based off of is taking these gemstones right here. These are gemstones that we literally cut with a friend of ours who is a master gem cutter. So we literally cut our own gemstones so we can create pieces from start to finish. We cut the gemstone, we design the piece, we make it around your needs, your specifications. There's a story. There's something that you've got that no one else can do. I guarantee there's no one else anywhere around that's cutting their own stones and building their own pieces like we do.
All right, so these will be in the trunk show sale on Thursday. Just give us an idea of what those cost.
These stones go from $350 up to $875. They start at around 12 carats and go up to almost 25 carats. They're great values. If these stones were in a jewelry store in a typical mall, they'd be twice this price. If they could even get them, they couldn't do it. But we have these specially done.
Yeah.
We're very, very excited about it. We do a lot of custom cutting. As a matter of fact, here's another group. Here's some aquamarines and a tanzanite and a iolite that we also had cut by this same cutter. He has won multiple AGTA awards, which is the American Gem Trade Association Cutting of Gemstone Awards, which means he was one of the best in the world.
Yes.
And we had him, he's a partner with us, and he does these stones for us.
He's so smart. He's mathematically a genius, and he spends hours thinking the angles and the math involved in these cuts that
Yeah.
he invents.
He does computer drawings of all the stones, but we just had a sapphire cut, a yellow sapphire, and we've got the map of it, so it's gorgeous. So again, we do a pencil drawing to start with. Here's another example. Once we do that, this is a ring I'm going to show you. We custom did right here. I drew a pencil drawing of this originally. This is the CAD/CAM drawing. This is what we show on the computer, what the ring is going to build, what you're going to get as a finished product. The difference is the prongs right here, they're all sitting up because it's not pulled in the finished product. But here's the drawing of the ring, and here is the finished ring.
He has to have heavier metal when it's cast to finish it with. You can't add the gold to it.
I don't know if you can see this the way I'm drawing
It's a
it.
beautiful ring.
Holding this. But this is the ring. This is the drawing. This is, again, they didn't do the color as the ring was, but the overall shape of the ring itself. This is what we designed and what we built.
So the wax has printed all of the holes where each gemstone goes. He doesn't have to drill to set the stones. Is kind of set up and ready to go ahead and set the stones on the sides and on the top.
Yep. The custom process is fascinating, it's fun, and it's very personal.
Yeah, this little chart even tells us how much, what depending on what metal you use, what the wax from the wax, what it's going to weigh, and that helps us determine what the price is going to be.
Exactly. You know, the other thing, let me show you something else here too. We have, I'm gonna lay these right here on the blue. Here's some pieces that I cast today. These are wax models that we made. So I'll kind of show you what's going on here. Am I okay, Gabrielle? Mm-hmm. For instance, here is a two-tone wedding band. White gold top. We love to put diamonds in white, makes them more brilliant, more bright, with a yellow gold shank. We do a lot of these. So here's the finished piece. So we cast the shank separately yellow. This is right out of the oven. It hasn't even really been sanded or polished or anything. And here's the top. So what I eventually do is polish these up and we weld these two together. Then we set the stones. Then you have the finished piece that looks like this. Here are here's a custom piece right here that we're doing. A customer brought in a gemstone that was her mother's that she really loved, and she wanted to do a ring. So we had to measure the stone. We had to build a custom head for it because it wasn't a normal calibrated or regular stone. So we built this head to fit the exact stone and a shank. So we want to make sure things are polished and done properly. So we did it in two pieces so I can polish every little detail inside and out here and there. Then this is going to have diamonds set down the side. When everything's finished and polished, this head will be set in the middle. So we'll have a big colored stone centered head here, diamonds down the side, and a beautiful clean white gold
The
mounting.
nice thing about that mounting is you could put that band beside it. The way
Any
it's designed. So
if she wants to wear a wedding band with it,
Yeah.
she can.
once that's set, you could take a band. It's all designed so it'll be nice and
Fit
snug.
perfectly flush, yep.
Yeah.
And here's a fun thing. A lot of people have diamond line bracelets we talked about, and they have line or tennis bracelets, which are these classic pieces. This is a bracelet we sold to a friend of ours many, many years ago, and she has enjoyed it, and she decided she wanted one bigger, so we got her a larger one. And what am I going to do with this one? So we decided, why don't we
We're gonna make you another bracelet.
we're going to make another bracelet with your bracelet. And she went, what? So we came up with this idea. We made a double piece here, kind of a overlapping bracelet, as you can see, which is pretty by itself. But we're going to put, she's a UNC fan, a Carolina fan, so we're going to put a beautiful cabochon oval, Carolina blue, aquamarine on the corner. And then I'm going to take this bracelet and cut it into two pieces, and I'm going to weld half of it on this side and half of it on that side, so it looks like she's got a diamond wispy bracelet here. So again, there's a great way to
love that.
repurpose something and do something unique and different. Take a basic bracelet, turn it into a fashion piece of jewelry. Something nobody else
I
has
love
got.
the shape of that already.
It's going to be great. So the stone will sit over here, a little bit of an offset angle, and then the diamond's gonna go here and go back this direction. So that's some of the things that we do. And going back to wedding bands, look at this one. Typically you have, this nice, clean, simple shank, and the diamonds and the shank are the same size. But this one we did, she's got two flat wide bands she wants to wear with it. So we increased the width of this band, so her bands will fit very nice and flush with this with no gaps anywhere. So sometimes we have to design pieces that'll go with other pieces, which is a big part of what we do.
Okay, well, that's fantastic. That's so very visual. That certainly helps understand the design process. Let's take
A lot of information.
It is a lot of information. Again, if you have any questions, please let us know. Why don't you show just a few gemstones that we're going to be showing on Thursday at our gem show. Talk about prices and. Well,
Show it right here on this camera.
Okay, right here, put it right here.
Yeah.
Here are some very rare things to see. These are beautiful tanzanites that are designed for great designs for earrings or pendant. But what the nice thing about these is they're smaller, but they're deep in color. It's hard to find the deep colors in small stones like this. These are absolutely incredible. I've got a great dealer I just got these from. So
he has really nice gemstones.
if you're going to need some beautiful earrings and you're not, you don't want anything big and bold, these are great studs. We can put some diamond accents. These also, the four stones there, the two match pairs, the small ones on each end, would make a great cadence bracelet that we do.
Or a
check out our
three-stone
cadence
ring.
bracelet.
Yeah.
Those are great.
Tanzanites are always a winner.
Everybody,
Always.
I have never met a man or a woman that did not love tanzanite. It is a easy, great color.
I love color and color. I love mixing colors that are unique and different. This is incredible. These are beautiful blue zircons, which are December's birthstone, and a fire opal from Mexico in the center. So that beautiful orange and that blue together is just absolutely incredible. So we love this combination. Sometimes, how do we do
Are you
designs?
talking about prices though?
No,
Okay.
too much. We don't have enough time.
Well,
They're on sale.
have to come in Thursday.
They're on 25% off. So these are some of the ways we come up with ideas. Gabrielle came up with this the other day. It's a beautiful opal. It's a, what do you call these things from Africa? Willow?
Willow opals.
Willow opals from Africa.
It's called a hydrophane opal.
That's a funny
It
word.
has a lot of water in it.
And then their diamonds around it, which are kind of a champagne color, which we love. This. The diamonds have an earthy tone, earthy color, just like that opal
It's hard
does.
to tell on camera right now, but
Yeah, it's hard
I
to see
love
it.
that.
This would make a great kind of a yellow gold, maybe a Byzantine or kind of
definitely one of Byzantine.
a unique kind of an old world look to it.
But this gemstone
Perfect.
is like having a rainbow in a pendant. So they're so interesting. The stone rock that.
Yeah, I mean, it just it's crazy the color.
You have to see it in person though.
Yeah,
Even with that.
This
no
box
justice.
just kind of hurts it. This is in a plastic box, so it really kind of deflates some of the color.
And I don't
incredible.
think, was it maybe 15 years that these Ethiopian opals have been on the market?
Yeah, it hadn't been a long time. They're great. And, again, sapphires. But sapphires, they're not blue. They're all kinds of colors. They're from literally every color of the rainbow. We've got a great selection. We've got a lot of beautiful blue ones, but I love the different shapes and colors and so forth. So you got this kind of idea. We have sapphires that are more of a pastel tone, like these guys.
People are usually very surprised that sapphires are more than just blue.
Beautiful match pairs. There's some lighter blues and darker blues, so you can kind of get a feel for the various tones of blues, depending on what your preferences are, what you like. Two of my favorite sapphires are these hot pink. It's almost kind of
Love them.
like an indigo. I mean, not indigo, but what do you call it?
What are you showing?
How would you describe that color? It's like
I think of like a
it's like
Barbie
an orchid.
hot pink. I think.
Yeah,
it's like
Barbie hot pink. I
Barbie
like
hot
that.
pink,
Yeah.
but like a floral kind
Orchid.
of
The one
orchid.
above it's kind
Orchid.
of got this light.
An orchid tone.
Pastel.
Beautiful.
It's almost a pastel.
I love that.
Whenever I see that color, I'm like, that's amazing that that's a color in a gemstone. I mean, you expect to see that in flowers.
Look at
and
the
things,
beautiful matched blue stones here again, making a bracelet or pendants or earrings. These are live, they sparkle, they twinkle. I like gemstones that reflect light. I love dark blue sapphires, but I like lighter tones when they reflect light like these do. They're incredible. Now, one last thing. We talk about a lot of our custom designs. Where's that bubble? Here it is. Let me get this out right here.
Okay.
We do this, we call bubbles, right? This is a diamond piece that I'm working on right now. This is going to be a pendant. We call these our bubbles look. It's kind of like as you know, bubbles come up out of the water. We did this particular piece with diamonds. We could do this with color stones, color stone and diamonds, whatever you want. We just also bought.
Well, can I just make one comment?
Mm-hmm.
People love this design because it's not so over the top diamondy,
It's playful.
fussy. It's a very wearable, heavy diamond look.
Yep. So here's another bubbles look using tourmalines. I just bought these tourmalines. I love them. They're fantastic
Those
together.
are gorgeous.
Absolutely correct. These are, it's about 16 stones right here. And they're about, I think, 6.5, 7 carats. All of these stones together, I'm going to tell you a price, are about $1,700 for all
They're
these stones.
exquisite. You have never seen tourmalines like that.
You'll
in
never
a-
see
in
this
a-
ever.
Gorgeous.
I want to make somebody a pendant. So if you love this, let me know. This will be a one-of-a-kind pendant. I think a few little diamonds sprinkled in here. A couple little white diamonds sprinkled through here just to make it pop. But that right there would be an incredible pendant.
You can put that in my
Fantastic.
Christmas stocking.
No, you don't need no jewelry. I've given you too much.
The we'll need is not the discussion.
I think the camera angle is going to work on this.
I'll come here.
I've got this. This is part of my cadence collection. These are bracelets that I'm building. As you can see right here, we've got pink spinel and rhodolite garnet. Here we have all sapphires, purple sapphires, pink sapphires. The center stone is a combination of pink and the purpley blue color, so it's fantastic together.
That light's kind of washing out the colors on that, but
Here's sapphire and diamonds, and these are all lab-grown diamond pieces right here. We can do these in white or yellow. And you can see these are the end pieces that I'll eventually attach to each of these. But these are some of the cadence pieces. These are all bezel set. They're designed to fit everyone's wrist. They never twist, they never turn, and they're easy to
That's what I
wear.
have on.
They never pick, never snag. This is one of our signature pieces that's really
Yeah, we took an
Better
order
winner.
for one of these today, and I think we're going to take another order on Friday. This is the best, one of his best designs.
Yep.
Wearable, practical, fantastic.
So anyway, we're running very long. So as a wrap up tonight, let's remind you again, Thursday we're having an open house at 6900 Six Forks Road at Brummett Jewelry Design Studio. We will have colored gemstones at 25% off. We're going to offer up to a $250 CAD CAM or design fee consultation free of charge. We're going to have
Signature cocktail.
signature cocktails and other libations, and we're going to have a lot of fun. So if you appreciate what we have and what we want to do, and you want to save a lot of money, have a beautiful gemstone to give someone, come see us this Thursday. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks. This was fun. It was a fun discussion about custom design. We love what we do here, and if you want to get in touch with us, you can call us or text us at 919-900-8462. Any time of day, we'll get the text. And we're happy. We work a lot after hours, don't we? People,
Oh, yeah.
get off work and they need to come get in touch with you. So you can also send us a message through our website. But check out our website. We'll have a gift guide posting very soon. Do we have a date on that, Gab? Anytime now?
TBD.
Yeah, anytime now. We'll have the
It
gift
should be in the
guide.
next
But
few days.
we're here to help you. We're your jewelry concierge. So thanks for joining us tonight. And we'll see you next week at Tuesday at 7. It's our time for Shop with Mimi and Russ Live.
We'll see you next week. Until then, God bless you. Thank you for joining us.
Good night.